Okay, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to start building our map and start putting objects onto it and whatnot. But first, I do need to correct one mistake I made in the last tutorial. Promise I'll get better with these mistakes, guys. Some of you might have even picked up on it like right away. In the menu class, under our step method, when I said pb.isFinished, well, we want this to be called when the progress bar is finished, not when it's not finished. So just go ahead and get rid of the exclamation mark. And it really doesn't make a noticeable difference right now, but it would eventually. So we're going to start going over how to build our maps, but before that we need something to put on the map. Well, no we don't, because the engine already has a block class provided for us. So we're just going to put that onto our map for now. So what we need to do is we're going to make another class in our panels package, and we're going to call this level 1. And it's going to extend our game panel I had that problem with the last one too, I think. Runtime.gamePanel. Make sure you do the import manually, because apparently it's not working for us. It's interesting. Alright, so public level 1. And I think we need a driver object. We'll call it D. And we'll import our driver from the runtime. Don't use the Java SQL. Make sure you do it from the runtime. And then we'll call super D. Yeah, I won't say what that sounds like. And you can ignore these warnings. It's just something that Eclipse is like, well, this is kind of dangerous. So if you want to, you can say suppress warnings, but it's really not a big deal. So, okay, every game panel has an array list called stuff. And in this this array list, we are going to add objects. Thing objects, to be more specific. If you remember from my structured video, there's a class called thing. And so basically, to add a block, we're just gonna say stuff.add. We're gonna put it at position 0, new block at x50, y50, visible, true, and this is the game panel that we wanted to reference. And that's really all you have to do to add an object to your game panel. Now, this does get very, very annoying when you have, like, you're trying to build a huge map. Obviously, you don't want to put one block on the panel one at a time. And I'll show you a better alternative to doing this later in the next, well, yeah, in the next episode. But what we're going to do, I want you guys to see that this works first. So in the menu class, we want it to open our new level when it's clicked. So instead of saying start is clicked, we're going to put, what is it, game.startPanel1. And actually, I'm going to do something else when we do that too. We're going to open up our game class, and we're going to go down to init panel, and we're going to make a new case. In case 1, panels.add 1, at position 1, we're going to say new level 1, and then we're going to cast this object into a driver and save this. And then break. Well, if we're getting an error, we just have to import our level. And there's one more thing I want to try. I haven't done this before, but I think it might be a good idea. We're going to say public static integer, and it's going to be menu equals 0, comma, level 1 equals 1. And this is just going to give us it's going to make it easier when we call to the panel. That way we don't need to remember what number it is, and it's just easier this way. So in our menu class, we said start panel, and we can really just say game dot level 1, and then that just makes it more readable later on when you want to change things. So let's go ahead and test it. Start, and there's our new game panel. And it's very simple, very easy to do. This is a very short tutorial. I thought it would take me much longer to do all this, and there really is not a whole lot to do. And you could make tons of these objects and put them all on your panel and stuff, but it's not a good way to do it. I'm going to show you, maybe not in the next tutorial, but in the tutorial after that, a much easier way to handle this. And so I think this is the end of the tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.